Welcome to the Rob and Kale Show. Rob Sanders.
His own mother slapped the stork that delivered him.
And Kale Hall.
He doesn't deserve to be in this business. He deserves to have been blackballed.
Rob and Kale Podcast.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale Podcast. I'm Rob Sanders here in Columbia, South Carolina. Shout out to the folks watching online this evening.
I'm Rob Sanders.
Shout out to my good friend in the upstate, my podcast partner. He'll be happy to tell you his team is 1-0 after week one. He is, of course, Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. Kale, what's going on, my friend?
Not much. How you guys doing tonight? It's great to sit here 1-0. Took a 1-0 series lead over the Eastern Illinois Panthers last night, who brought their A game, but just wasn't enough to take down the Cox in Columbia. Wonderful evening. I saw some good stuff from our team. I saw some stuff that really didn't. I don't know. I didn't get me too awful excited. It went about like I thought it would. We definitely can see that Zeb Nolan can complete some passes. I like the little trickeration on the after the first touchdown of going for two. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen more sacks than what we saw last night. I only saw 2 sacks, and which we probably got some quarterback pressures in there that affected the stat line that you don't really see. But I really like those explosive defensive plays, and we didn't have a whole lot of those. But 2 block punts. I mean, Beamer ball is back.
Ball, buddy. Beamer ball, buddy.
I like it.
All right. Let's. I've got some highlights we're going to play from the Eastern Illinois, South Carolina game. Also got highlights from Clemson and their loss to Georgia, which, by the way, is Kirby Smart's best win in his tenure. Probably the biggest non-conference win for Georgia in 50 years. So congratulations to you, Georgia fans. You guys are expecting me to come in here and then say Kirby Smart's a good coach. Still wouldn't want him. Don't give a shit. Fuck him. Fuck your team. Don't want anything to do with him. Sorry. Especially after last night. If you don't think the loss was the win was huge for Georgia, Kirby Smart cried and ran off the field like a bitch. So there's that. There's video of that. Go and look for it. I'm not your stat boy. He ran off the field in tears like, oh my God. Oh my God.
That boy spent the whole game crying. So
yeah, well, that's fine. And comes some loss.
After you had to go do the Gamecock show. So
well, I had to go do the Gamecock show. We'll look at some of the stats from Eastern Illinois. Also, we're gonna take phone calls tonight too. So we'll get into that in just a moment. Let's thank our sponsors. First of all, Callaway's Bar and Grill. Thanks to the folks that got into the Pick'em Challenge. Shit ton of entries in the Pick'em Challenge, Jackpot.
Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Yeah, that's very cool. Let's see here. I've got the hold on. We can show the stats here, Jackpot. We'll read some of the people that did really well this week. Let me bring that up here for you. Which one is it?
Was it Lee Dial had 10?
Yeah, shout out to Lee Dial, the best of the week here, as he gets 10 correct. That's pretty solid, Jackpot. Hold on, I can look at it. I can tell you in just a second. Hold on, please. I don't got to figure out which one. I can look at his stats here in just a second. But Lee Dial led the way with, I don't know what his email address is. That's how I have to look things up here. Oh, probably the one that's Lee Dial. Yeah. Lee Dial, perfect on the week except for one game. He missed on Wisconsin, Jackpot. Okay. Wisconsin got him. Other than that, a perfect week for Lee Dial. Way to go, Lee Dial. Yeah, man. Good job. 10 out of 11. Very, very good. Some of the other folks, I'm going to read some of the other people that did well here. That includes Thrills Mills with 9. Ken Bellinger with 9. X-Wing Sports with 9. Bob Rutherford with 8. Brian Peak with 8. So there you go. Top 5 there. Where did Jackpot finish this week?
You and I finished tied. We got 5
We
right.
finished tied at 5 apiece. That was the average, by the way, was 5.
Yeah.
So the
we got
folks
some
ahead of
ground
us.
to make up. I'll tell you, I was a dumbass for picking Miami. That was a shit pick. That was dumb.
Yeah.
I just thought that, my God, I mean, that somebody's got to come out and punch these fuckers in the mouth and give them some kind of game. I was wrong. They weren't the team to do it. And I don't know. Normally I pick against Clemson just because, I hate them and I'm just a homer. But I went with what I thought last night was going to happen. I had no idea that they would come out there and absolutely just lay a fucking egg. So there's that. Should have had 7 at least. At least.
Well, shout out to Karen Sanders, the winner in the fucking house. She got 6.
She had 6 right.
You know how she picks her teams, by the way? She picks them based on no, Comrade's computer. That's a throwback. No, she goes with things like academic prowess and stuff like that. That's probably how she picks her. I can pretty much guarantee you she picked Army yesterday. She couldn't tell you probably where,
Tommy Bradshaw over online says, "Be careful, Jackpot. Kirby will beat the living shit out of that bunch of yours." My team's 1-0, just like y'all's are. So it's going to be a squaring off of unbeaten. So just tell him to bring his shit. I guarantee you we score more than 3 fucking points. Stick that up your ass.
Jackpot's up there all pissed off. Anyway, there is something to show here on the bottom. 2 people, Edwin Reeves and Exavit Saminja. I hope I didn't butcher your name there. Whoever finishes in last place gets a trophy that's shaped like a penis. And that's an absolute fact. We have a trophy that is shaped like a penis. And
who is this in last place?
Edwin Reeves.
Edwin Reeves. How did you only get 1 right, sir? You better.
Edwin's like a coach. Edwin's better than that, but Edwin got 1 correct. He said he was drunk when he made his picks.
Okay. Look at Jackpot Jr. up there with 4, trailing Dad as usual.
Well, we've already established that Jackpot Jr. is going to finish ahead of you. I mean, that's just the way the deal.
Who is that? What?
Who?
Exavit. What did you do? Give a free entry? You give a free entry to the guy that helped you when you had to call Charter Customer Service? What?
What? No, sir. Exavit actually lives in Louisiana and actually works on the oil fields with our buddy Jonathan here. And he told him about the contest, and he decided he wanted to enter. I mean, obviously, he made a donation if he's getting just 1 pick. So
I don't
there's
believe that. He sold you lottery tickets at the BP.
Easy. That's not nice. Oh my goodness, sir.
Well,
anyway.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
State really just took the lead on Notre Dame.
Yeah, they did. I don't have the game on. My wife's she's over there watching something. I would be watching the game if I kept it on there. Also,
I think we can still say their offensive line is still hot dog water. So I don't know how long.
Notre Dame?
No, Florida State's.
Yeah, I mean, who'd they start at quarterback, Jackpot? Did they start Mackenzie Milton?
Travis.
Wow. I wonder if Mackenzie Milton is going to be like, fuck you, I'm out.
I don't know. He was over there on the sideline.
Fuck you, and also fuck you.
He was over there on the sideline with Brock Purdy's brother.
Brock Purdy's brother plays there? I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's crazy. But anyway.
Milton is injured.
Oh, man, he's injured. Okay.
That sucks.
Anyway.
He spent the last 3 years injured, and now he's injured again. That sucks.
Well, he was at ACC kickoff and was fine. I guess he got injured in practice.
He must have. They probably have some pretty hard-hitting practices there. Y'all might beat them. You might. I don't know.
People that are doubting Clemson will be fine. Don't worry about Clemson. Clemson will be fine.
It looked like they're going to be fine after last night, sir. She scored
Clemson
3
will be
points.
fine. It was and Georgia scored 3 points. What's your point, man? So should we just throw Georgia out the window because they scored 3 points?
10.
No, their defense scored for them, sir.
So
their
the defense is part of the team.
the defense doesn't play offense.
Yeah.
The defense doesn't play offense.
Well, after they went up with that one, I mean, they kind of just cruised.
Okay. Well,
you beat half of you
Georgia.
lost a half of Georgia team, sir. You lost to George. You lost to George. You can't even put the IA on the end of it. They didn't even have enough players to put all 8 letters in the state name, sir.
My asshole wants to suck cock.
Yeah. Thanks,
Okay,
Kale.
Jim.
Anyway, I am sending our next sponsor really quick here, which is Dennis Wilson from DNC Trucking and Transport, who is out keeping the roads hot, ladies and gentlemen, making sure goods get delivered across the country. But we have normally, when I remember to send them, we have Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot, but I wrote it, but I forgot to send it to him. So I'm sending it to him right now.
Let me do one.
I got it right here. Or do you have something that you'd like to do yourself, sir?
I'll do one.
All right, what you got?
It sucks to be a Gamecock. My team is so sorry that we are underdogs to a non-Power 5 team next week. Clemson is still my daddy. We're going to go to Georgia in 2 weeks and get prison raped. They might have to put an extra digit on the scoreboard to go over 100. It always sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Appreciate Dennis for sponsoring the show. All right, you want to look at some highlights from your team here, Jackpot? I've got some highlights. You want to watch those?
Dude, you know I'm always ready for that.
All right, we'll show some highlights here. They said turn up your mic, Jackpot. I can turn up his mic. Hold on, let's do this for you here. Let's bring Jackpot's mic up a little bit. There we go. That should be better. Talk to me, Jackpot.
Hello.
There you go. So there you go. That should be better for you guys. Let's see here. We'll stop that screen and we'll share another one. We've got some of the highlights from South Carolina and Eastern Illinois. This one's the one that I like. As we got to mute this. There we go. Anyway, so when you look at this game, Jackpot, here's some of the highlights here. South Carolina with the pick. You remember that, right, Jackpot? Not a bad showing there, right?
Very nice.
Yeah, look at the Eastern. I like the Eastern Illinois uniforms. Look at that deflection there and picked off by Foster, and Foster, takes the ball down the sideline. So there you go with that. Did you have the defense played pretty well here? They're going to have to get themselves squared away, though, playing the East Carolina team that they're going to head out to play this weekend. There's Zeb Nolan with his first touchdown pass. He actually did pretty well.
And that quarterback for East Carolina, I think if he gets some heavy pressure, he's going to get rattled. He really didn't have much of a pass rush put on him by App State. Not the kind of pass rush that South Carolina is going to lay on him. So he's probably going to be in trouble.
Well, we'll see there. Show a couple more minutes of these highlights here. South Carolina and Eastern Illinois. Send the ball through there. They keep showing this one highlight, man.
Their uniforms kind of look to me, they kind of look like Duke back when Duke actually wanted to play football.
Duke not worth a shit. Very good, sir.
Instead of being doo-doo confirmed. How the hell you lose to something called Charlotte?
I don't know. There's another touchdown there. Look at Shane Beamer. He's like, yeah, buddy.
That was Jaheim Bell. Nick Muse running it in. Look at him. His team stand up. So excited.
Oh, the back with the sack there. Eastern Illinois is completely overmatched. Completely overmatched.
Duke lost to Charlotte. Georgia Tech lost to Northern Illinois. I think the only ACC team that didn't lose to their non-Power 5 opponent would have been Syracuse, the Orange. The Orange. Georgia Tech, they're embarrassing. They are absolutely embarrassing. Let's change the entire offense from what Paul Johnson had. I mean, it was working. I mean, it wasn't broke. It didn't need to be fixed. It wasn't broke. I mean, they were winning 6-7 ball games a year. I mean, were they competing for national championships? No.
Let's make sure we put this out there too. For the dumb fucks that chant SEC all the time because you're a stupid, ignorant QAnon redneck bastard, and I'll stand behind that. Look at what the SEC did yesterday. Louisiana Tech went into Mississippi State and almost beat the Pirate. They had to rally and play their dicks off. Vanderbilt got blown out by a fucking OVC team at home.
No,
and LSU, whatever Southern Conference, OVC, whatever the hell it is, they lost to a shitpo team at home and got blown out. And then LSU goes and loses to a damn Pac-10 team. So before you start running your mouths about the SEC is great and you have your little circle jerk there, just realize your own conference has their own fucking problems. Okay? So there's a couple of games this week. I think NC State plays this week at Mississippi State. Yeah, we'll see how that happens and see if you damn come catchers from the conference.
Our pick 'em
Yeah,
games.
if you come catchers run your mouth about that. And then Pittsburgh's going into Tennessee. Tennessee's a shit show. When they lose those two games, are you guys going to still be here running their mouths about, the SEC, the SEC, the SEC? Fuck off with all of that. All right?
God,
It's
you're
the most ignorant thing ever.
You're big mad. You're big mad.
Mad? I'm not big mad. I'm just tired of dealing with dummies. We just sit around and talk about our conference because we fucking suck and we have to talk about how valid we are because of the other teams in our conference. But we don't want to talk about the teams that suck. We don't want to talk about LSU going out there and getting embarrassed in the Rose Bowl. No one wants to talk about that.
I think UCLA is a dark horse playoff team, though.
Are you being serious or are you joking?
I'm being serious. Why not? I mean, they're 2-0. 2-0. Look good to me.
Anyway, look at this play here from who is that? Is that White? Yeah, it's a Condre White there.
Well, what I want to know is Texas and Oklahoma possibly the two worst teams in the SEC now?
No, the two worst teams in the SEC are probably Vanderbilt and Mississippi State.
Yeah. I expected more of Mississippi State. I really did. Arkansas to me didn't look
here comes the first punt block right there. Boom.
Arkansas didn't exactly look shit hot to me either. They started really slow against Rice. They really shouldn't have covered the spread. They were losing for much of that game. Barry Anderson said, I think Burns High School could have rushed for more than 32 yards. Are you talking about Burns High School in Shelby, North Carolina, or Burns in Duncan, South Carolina? That's BYRNES. So I assume you're talking about the one in Shelby.
I will give the Gamecocks credit here. I mean, they were excited as fuck about beating Eastern Illinois here. They were happier than
once we got the student section in, did you see about that shit show? They closed the damn student gates and wouldn't let them in. Barry Anderson said Shelby. It's actually up there near what is it? Falston, North Kakalaki, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know my geography. I know my way around Cleveland County.
All right. Well, there's some highlights from the South Carolina Eastern Illinois matchup. I thought we'd share a couple of those with you. We're gonna take calls, Jackpot. Let's see if
Do we have the Clemson highlights?
Yeah, I've got Clemson highlights, but I thought we'd take calls.
The Georgia highlights.
No, I mean we can look at the Clemson Georgia highlights if you want. I've got those. Sure, I've got them right here. Hold on.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. We lost to an elite team.
About anything. Clemson doesn't lose very many games. It's the biggest win in 50 years at Georgia.
Two in a row.
It really is.
Is it time to be concerned? When you lost two in a row.
About what?
Is it time to be concerned? They're starting to lose their touch. As Dabo's lost, they've lost 3 out of their last 4 to ranked competition.
Yeah. Well, one thing that you can say about that matchup is that it's either one of two things. Either, and you can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. Either A, the Clemson defense is really good, or B, Kirby Smart still doesn't know any fucking offense and JT Daniels is a cunt. It's one way or the other. So which way would you rather go? You can have one or the other because you can't have both.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. First,
I still think
highlights here.
Defense is pretty damn stout.
So then it's one way or the other. So Jackpot's going to go with the Clemson defense is pretty stout. Okay. I'm going to go with I don't really know. I don't really know because I don't trust anything with the Georgia offense because their head coach is just not very bright. But here's some good thoughts. Daniel sucks and Kirby does too. Thank you, Lisa. Your team scored 3 points, sir. So yes, I am talking that shit. You couldn't get in the fucking end zone. You're lucky your defense bailed you out. Stop talking like your team is all this. You're not that special.
Rob, the team.
It was nothing. It was to quote a wise man from the upstate. It was nothing that you did. It was all what Clemson did.
It's
themselves.
Two separate entities. Look at that. Horrible. This ukulele.
He didn't play very well. We'll give you that.
No. And he, this, Walt up here in the upstate on radio tells us he's the Heisman Trophy front runner already. That's what he was telling us last week.
He may not. He may not. If he keeps playing like that, he may be playing on the bench.
He's not. He shot his chances. And that killed it last night.
I'm just going with what my friend from the upstate says. It was nothing you did. It was what Clemson did. It was nothing you did.
Uncle Shu said that he would not have been surprised today if the ukulele retired from the game of football.
These Georgia fans, they never win. They never win anything, so they don't know how to act. Don't know how to act. This is like winning the Super Bowl for them. So you're welcome. You should find a Clemson fan and thank them and just be like, you know what? We never really win anything worth a fuck. So thank you for this.
Okay.
Anyway, let me turn this off. It says that they kicked us out of YouTube for this, but we're using it as news, so I don't know. See if it loads us back here.
Somebody said they thought we were blocked. No, it's just got a thing up here. It won't.
Yeah, it should. You can play 90 seconds of it, so I don't know. Maybe it'll come back in a second. Anyway, yes, Georgia won, but it was not. I mean, it wasn't like Georgia was the team that you didn't think Clemson didn't have a chance to win. So, Taters have been nut riding Bama. I don't know about all that. Let's see here. Clemson still has probably a better shot to make it to the playoffs. Yeah, I cut that out. That's what he said.
Yeah, I mean,
well, according to what I read, you can show 90 seconds of it, but anyway, go ahead, Jackpot.
From what I saw on the field last night, I don't know that you beat NC State in a few weeks. So,
well, we'll have to see. Clemson's got some things they've got to fix out.
And I'm not trolling. I'm not being facetious and dumb when I say that. I really don't. NC State looked pretty good. So,
anyway, let's go to the phones. It says the stream is unavailable. I don't get all that. It should be fine in just a second. I don't get all that. I don't get all that. Hold on. Let's go to the phones here. Let me put the phone number up here. There we go. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Are they saying that they booted us for the stream part of that? That sucks.
So what are we doing? Are we?
Why don't we end this one and we'll start a new one?
Well, I mean, I can see you. I mean, we're right here and we've got chat going on.
Yeah, but the chat's going on, but it's saying that I don't know. Like, let me see if it pulls it up in the other part of it. Oh, there we go. So it says that it's back. I don't know what happened there. I guess it just penalizes for that. I read the YouTube stuff and it said we can play 90 seconds of it. So I don't know. Anyway, the phone lines are open 803-470-2905. The Georgia defense is outstanding. I will give them that. The Clemson offense is piss poor. Absolutely piss poor. And I think the worst part about it was Ukeleke last night, like talking about he was trying to cover up for his offensive linemen, and he's like, "Yeah, I made them look bad, brother. You got sacked 8 times. That's on the O line." And I know people are like, "You should have thrown the ball," but damn, there were at least 4 plays where he got hit as soon as the ball was snapped, which is a credit to the Georgia defense. I mean, it was almost like they'd game planned so well that they knew what was coming. So there's
saw
that. Georgia
something
defense is outstanding.
that Facebook Marketplace or something. Somebody in easily on the easily online yard sale was selling his DJ Ukeleke jersey today.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn. By the way, there are Clemson fans up on.
Or not, but
That's funny. There are Clemson fans that are talking about Tony Elliott should be fired, and like it's one game. I don't know what else they want. It's one game. I don't get it. So I don't think you can just fire the offensive coordinator for one game, but they're talking about bring Jeff Scott back. Have you seen what Jeff Scott's doing at fucking South Florida? They look like a shit show.
they look awful.
Oh,
They didn't even score
they
a
do.
point. They got beat 45 to dick on Thursday night by NC State. They got housed.
They did get housed. All right, so up here, you can call the show at 803-470-2905. There's our first call of the evening. Good evening. Welcome to the Rob and Kale Show. Hello. Hi.
Is there a human being on there?
I heard him say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Good. What you got for the program?
I just want to talk about the Georgia Bulldogs.
What you got for the Georgia Bulldogs?
I want to talk to Rob about how he swore up and down that they were going to win, and now they didn't.
They didn't win, sir. Georgia played better yesterday than Clemson did.
Absolutely. But you did say, I talked to you on Twitter, you said up and down that we were going to do a milk bet, but then you couldn't because of your job, which I respect.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you did say that it was going to be a blowout, and it was not a blowout.
Hey, Georgia won the football game. I'm not taking anything away from what the Georgia defense did. They were great. Georgia offense, not so much. But the Georgia defense was outstanding.
Yes, but at this point, I got to agree with Beg and Megan. If we had those people back, how would that game actually turned out?
I don't know. That's like Vince McMahon calls that mental masturbation. We can sit around and think about that and how great that would be, but we don't know because it wasn't there.
All right, and then I got one more point. I want
Sure.
to talk to Carolina Jackpot because he made a video earlier today and said that Georgia needs to get ready for week 3, and I got to ask him, does he truly believe that South Carolina can beat Georgia in week 3?
Yes. It's been done before. We just did it last time we went down there with a worse coach than what we have now.
Rodrigo's shanking a field goal, but I don't think it's going to come down to a field goal this time.
Well, Rodrigo is a better field goal kicker than Jackpot Leslie.
You're absolutely right, but I don't think it's going to come down to a field goal.
It might not. I mean, we may have you down by 10 points. So, there ain't no 10-point field goals.
Jackpot, I'll make the bet with you since I couldn't make it with Rob. The loser of that game has to pour a gallon of 2% milk over their head.
No, I can't do that, man. I did that last year with BVD when we lost to Tennessee, and I found out afterwards I had a milk allergy. My head swelled up. My head swelled up.
How about this?
It looked like I just had an afro growing out of my neck.
All right, well, we'll do distilled water this time. Is that all right? That won't break you out, will it?
No. I can't.
All right, well, we'll do a gallon of distilled water, and I'll.
No, I'm not doing any bets. I'm sorry. I'll come on and say congratulations.
And all of a sudden.
All right, buddy. We appreciate you calling the show, man. Thank you so much.
All right, Rob. I'll see you again tomorrow, and I look forward to watching your show tomorrow.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right. 803-470-2905. Look, I don't want to take anything away from the Georgia defense. They were outstanding. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
Rob, what do you think
Hi.
about Zamir White shitting on Clemson's defense with that Instagram post? Did you see that?
I did. He ran for 74 yards. It just shows that he doesn't really know about winning much. So when you win, you can do that. I mean, I don't know if I would post something when I got 74 yards, but whatever you think you need to do. I mean, and he's a young guy. Young guys do stupid things.
You know, the cum catchers from Mississippi State are favored by 1.5 over NC State.
I know, right? I don't. I'm not buying into that. I think that NC State will win that game. I mean, Louisiana Tech went in there and just popped them. The Pirate, I don't know what the hell he's doing down there. They didn't look very good at all yesterday.
All right, good deal. Keep up the good work, fellas.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. You have to give them credit, though. I mean, they fell behind by 20 points, and they came back.
Came back and won.
They came back to win, but I mean, the fact that they were down by 20 points to La Tech is kind of embarrassing.
What was more shocking to you, that matchup or the LSU going out there and just UCLA just throwing the ball all over them?
Well, definitely the Mississippi State deal. I mean, I didn't expect them to be behind by 20 points after come back and win like that. But UCLA, I mean, I thought that LSU would win, but I wasn't like super confident about that pick. I mean, because all we've heard for 9 months is, oh, they got all this talent. Oh, they, last year was a farce, so blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, it's same old pathetic shit. Same old pathetic shit. It's not very good. I don't think they're very well coached. I think that 2019 team just had that much talent on it. It was just they call it lightning in a bottle. What is it? You say all the stars were in perfect alignment. They had that Joe Brady guy over there, and he just meshed perfectly with Joe Burrow. I think their coaching outside of that though just piss poor.
By the way, shout out to the comrade. Go out and check out his website, thegreatreplay.com. He is doing a replay of the 1984 college football season, basically kind of looking back at that. And 84 was a good year for the Gamecocks, right, Jackpot?
It definitely was. It was a great year.
So go and check that out. Yeah, that little thing with Navy there. We don't want to talk about that, but thegreatreplay.com. Go and check that out. Relive some of the great moments of history in sports. Comrade doing some work over there. 803-470-2905. Brian says JT Daniels for Heisman. UGA Go Dog says, what about Tulane in Oklahoma? Yeah, kind of didn't see that coming. Tulane was a 30-point underdog. And I think that they went up early and then tied it, and then Oklahoma went up by like 15 or something, and then they came back and made a game of it. So
Tulane scored the last 2 touchdowns of that game to make the final score look closer than what it was. So,
yeah, well, still a very interesting. They didn't look like a world-beating team, Oklahoma there. So we'll get with that. Tiger Paw Craven, look at this, Jackpot. Says he made his first YouTube video. Shout out to the show for the inspiration. Well, thank you for that, Tiger Paw.
Thank you.
I don't know. I will look for your YouTube channel and I will subscribe shortly when we get done. Let's go out to the phones. Good evening. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show.
What's up, man? It's the Clemson Tiger fan.
What's up, buddy? What you got for the program?
What's up? I was just going to say, shout out to Georgia. We had a great game. Offense looked not very spectacular.
Right.
DJ, I didn't think it would get to him like it did. I was a little surprised. So, but it is.
Well, hold on.
I watched his.
Don't you think it's more fair to put it on the Clemson offensive line and the fact that they played three centers? I mean,
I think it's
that's a big deal.
It is.
That's a problem.
He had time. There were several. Listen, DJ had several dropbacks where he had time in the pocket. He missed several throws in the first half. I'd say half of those sacks were his fault, him not stepping up and taking off. But the offensive line definitely got to help. But DJ didn't. I watched his post-game interview, and I really liked what I heard. He no excuses. He owned up to everything. He said his offensive line protected him. They didn't do great, but it wasn't all on the offensive line. The coaching wasn't fantastic either. But you can't take anything away from Georgia. Georgia
defense was outstanding. Their defense was really, really good. Their special teams was shitty, but we know who their special teams coach is. But their defense was really, really good, like championship level good.
I will say that after watching both of them play, I watched Uncle Lou's video of his prediction video and the season preview. I don't know if I agree that both teams are going to run the table now. Both of them had. Everybody's saying Georgia absolutely dominated us. We dominated just as much on defense.
Well, if Clemson plays like they played last night, they'll lose 3 more games. They can't go out there and just be fuckoed like that. Boston College played really well yesterday against Colgate. They could lose that game. They could lose to NC State. They could lose to Florida State. That's not out of the realm of silliness if they don't get the offensive line right and get happy feet away from Ukeleke. They could lose 3 more games. They really, really could. The idea that Clemson's just going to roll from here is not a very valid way to look at it.
Yeah, I think Georgia also has some work to do on offense. Like you can say, their run game was definitely better, but all the tape that we just put out right now, all 11 teams that we're about to play has exactly the game plan that they're about to have to shut down our offense for both of them. So, and it doesn't take a team like Clemson or a team like Georgia to upset one of them. Look at Clemson got upset by Pitt in 2016, got upset by Syracuse. Right. Georgia got upset by USC. It doesn't take a top 5 team to upset a top 5 team. So, but hats off to Georgia. They played a heck of a game. There was a few. It's not all Debbie Downer for Clemson. There was, Joe Ngata was a pretty good bright spot. He had a really good game.
There was nothing about the Clemson offense that was anything worth writing home about. Justin Ross had about 3 catches,
like 6 receptions for 111 yards.
Lynn J. Dixon didn't even fucking play. So it wasn't a very good. There wasn't anything about Clemson that was right home about on the offense. Hey, I've got tons of people wanting to get on, buddy, but I gotta move on. But thank you for calling. Okay.
Yeah, see you, man. Go Tigers.
Heather Lord wants a new O-line coach. Thank you for the super chat. He says Dabo needs to grow a pair and make some offensive staff changes.
Chavo's a good offensive line coach. He's put together some. Clemson just doesn't recruit offensive linemen to that level.
Talk to that offensive line coach. He might need to stop hurling racial slurs around and teach him boys some blocking.
803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. That's the number to call if you want to join us here on the show this evening.
Uncle Lou says Rob is the dumbest person on YouTube. That's pretty steep.
Oh, please. We can look back at his stuff and some of the stuff that he's put out there. We can just look on his channel and show some dumber things than anything that I've said on YouTube. Calm down with all that.
Did Jay Dixon really not play last night? I thought he did.
He didn't play. He came out in the fourth quarter and did not play. Apparently, it was suspension of some sort. Out to the phones we go. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening. Hello. Hello. What are you? What is this? Some kind of schizo thing? Do you have something valid for the program or not? If you're laughing, I mean, are you laughing because you're not used to winning? What's the deal here? I'll just get rid of all that nonsense. People actually want to talk.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Boom.
Anyway, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you want to join us on the show this evening, 803-470-2905. As we wrap up the first week of the season here, Jackpot, we got to pick some games that we're going to pick this week. You said you have 10 that you want to do. You decided you want to do 10 games a week now instead of 6, right?
Yeah, guys, in the contest, I want to start doing 10 games a week and then a Kale Hall special because I just think it makes it more fun. And, well, we're only doing 5, to be honest with you. I mean, it's like, the margin for error is so razor thin. We're picking this many games. You really have to have some skill. Like myself, for instance, I've only got 5 right in this contest, but in my picks against the spread I do over on the channel every week. Last week, I think I went out of 40 games, I think with 22, 16, and 2 with 2 push. So that's not too bad. This gives everyone a chance, and I like it because, I mean, quite honestly, many weeks there are so many games that are interesting to us in one way or the other, and when you can only do 5, it's kind of like you got to really narrow it down.
Oh goodness! If you're gonna call the show, have something valid to say. I mean, I know that when you're on your own channel, you deal with simpletons and you can get away with that, but have something polite to say, or I have to be polite, but don't clog up the phones with silliness. Anyway, so you have 10 games ready, Jackpot, that you want to go over?
Yep. Here we go. Here are our games for week 2.
What do you got?
Right, we got South Carolina State at Clemson, South Carolina at East Carolina, have Pittsburgh at Tennessee, got App State at Miami, got Oregon at Ohio State, got UAB at Georgia, got Iowa at Iowa State. That should be a good game. Got NC State at Mississippi State. Got Mizzou at Kentucky. And got Washington at Michigan.
What's the Kale Hall special?
The Kale Hall special from Incision.com Stadium. Temple at Akron.
Why in God's name would you pick Temple and Akron?
Because it's the Kale Hall special. I debated with that one. I also thought about doing Rutgers at Syracuse. But I did Syracuse last week.
Well, why didn't you do UConn? Because their coach is retiring. I thought that's where you would have went this week. Who's UConn playing?
They play at home against Purdue. Purdue is 33-point favorite. UConn is just so shitty that, I mean, they're not going to cover. I mean, I don't want to fuck with them. They lost yesterday to Holy Cross.
Right. All right. So Temple at Akron is the Kale Hall special. So we're going to have 11 total games there, right, Jackpot?
Yeah, Josh says he's trying to call in. Are you missing another call there?
Yeah, you can call in now, Josh. We can only take one call at a time, but go ahead and call in and 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. That is the number to dial if you'd like to join us this evening as we pick our 11 games now. So it makes it a little bit more spread out there. But 803-470-2905. Jackpot, we'll have those games up. Are all the lines available now? If so, then I'll punch those up this evening. We'll have them out for tomorrow.
I think they are.
Okay.
I think they are. I tried to go on my Bet Now EU site to go on ahead and pick a few because I was going to pick that South Carolina ECU game when it was at 4 because no damn way that shit's happening. But hell, you can't place any bets on there on this week's games. At least you couldn't at the time. I haven't looked in a while, but that's crazy.
Let's go out to the phones. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
What's up, Rob and Jackpot?
What's going on, man?
Josh. This is Josh Opinion. How y'all doing?
Hi, Josh.
Boys?
Good, man. What's up?
I just want to say, go Dogs. And Rob, I want to ask you a serious question.
Sure.
All right. Do you think y'all season's done this year?
Yes, I do.
That's the honest answer. I'm probably
No, I mean, I think I thought whoever lost that game would be out of the CFP. I think Clemson will be lucky to get the ACC's. Clemson, if they play the way they did, as I said earlier, if they play like they did last night, they'll lose probably 3 more games. You can't go out there and get popped in the mouth on the offensive line and expect to win games. That's just not going to work. So there are teams that can get to them. Boston College, I think, will be a problem for them. So will NC State with those 2 linebackers they've got. So the rest of the games, maybe not so much, but
yeah. Well, I mean, last night you always say that you trust Clemson's coaching.
I do.
But last night I felt like it got out coached last night.
The defensive team versus the offensive team, yes. The Georgia defense was much better coached than the Clemson offense last night. I will give you that. The Clemson offense looked like the Georgia defensive line knew what play was coming, and there was no variation. They could have done things like trying to get the ball instead of having Justin Ross in the slot. Maybe they could have put him in one-on-one matchups and see if he can make some plays. But that didn't matter because Ukeleke, with the throws he was making, it was like he thought throws were supposed to go in on the inside and the receivers were looking for throws on the outside. I mean, they look literally like 4 monkeys fucking a football. They had no clue what was going on. I just
felt like Georgia completely confused these days. I mean, to be honest with you.
I think that could be a part of it, but I also think that they just spent, as soon as he snapped the ball, he's getting hit. I mean, they had 8 sacks on the evening, man. They were in that backfield all night. So
he doesn't have any mobility.
He didn't know where to throw the ball away. He just threw in the pocket to the sack. He should have ran more,
He had a couple of sacks where it was like he went into the embryo phase where he just basically, please God, don't kill me. So, but yeah, the Georgia defense was much better than the Clemson offense. Much better.
I agree. But I want to ask y'all something. I couldn't see on y'all's the results of the Pick'ems. UGA fan for life. That's me.
Yeah.
I mean, how did I do this week? I couldn't see it. I couldn't.
Oh well, let's see where you are in here.
I think I did pretty decent. That's one. UGA fan for life.
I'm looking for it, buddy. Did you put it in as a different name? Did you put it in as a different name?
No, it should be UGA fan for life. That's what I put it under there.
Let's see here.
UGA fan for life.
Well, you're under Joshua Opinion here, and you got 8. So Joshua Opinion's got 8. If that's you.
Hell yeah! Look at that, son. Jackpot. Better bring it. You better bring it, Jackpot.
It's a nice way to start off. I don't know if you can keep that pace up. I normally heat up, and when I get in a groove, like when I really start rolling, I mean, you'll see me win 4 or 5. This is when we're doing 5 games a week. You'll see me win 4 or 5 games a week, and that's when I start making up my ground. So,
unlike you, but I actually picked Miami. I actually picked Alabama to beat Miami, and I actually picked Georgia to beat Clemson. So there you go. So
yeah, those are the ones where I screwed the pooch, but it happens. Live and learn.
We live and learn, but I want to call in and give Rob a hard time, but it is what it is. Like
I
said,
appreciate it, man.
I really think Georgia's going to turn around this year. So
we'll see, man. They got to get the offense right. Offense didn't look very good last night.
I agree. Our offense is a little bit shaky right now, but we get our starters back. Like I said, we're still missing Washington. We're missing Blaylock. We're missing Carius Jackson. He didn't play much last night. That really hurt us. So that's 3 key guys right there. So I'm pretty sure we'll get better. It's week to week. So we'll see. But I want to get off here. I want to see y'all doing a good job with the show. I love watching y'all, and go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
All right, Josh, thanks for calling the show.
Well, thank you, Dogs. We got to bring this up, too. Lee Wilder says Jake Bentley for Heisman. He led his team to a 31-7 win last night against Southern Miss. I guarantee you that old guy with the damn Southern Miss channel ain't going to be calling in here anytime soon.
Hey, by the way, Jackpot.
They absolutely got road graded.
Kansas won this week, Jackpot. It's a fucking
Kansas won last night. Friday. Was it Friday night?
I think it was Friday night, but they won.
They're the king of Friday night football. Won 14-10. Come from behind victory over South Dakota.
Yeah, South Dakota. Like, I don't even know their mascot, but congratulations to Kansas for picking up a win. It was close.
Coyotes. They're going to go on the road this weekend or this Friday night, I think, again, and they're going to get pushed in. Coastal Carolina is going to beat them silly.
Let's go out to the phones. Good evening. Welcome into the show.
Rob, Megan, what's going on?
Megan, what's up, buddy?
I feel good about the win. I think that was a great tune-up for the test we're going to have Saturday with UAB.
I can't take you seriously.
Listen, Round Rube.
Okay.
We took half of a football team in there with a idiot of a head coach.
He is an idiot. Wait, just to verify.
Kirby Smart's an idiot.
Yes, he is. Very good.
And we beat that elite coach you've got over there and that elite team.
Yes.
How did that happen? I mean, we drug our scout team to Charlotte. You realize that?
I think you had more than your scout team, but your defense played well, but your offense was shit. You can try to argue that, but you can't. Either your offense is shit or the Clemson defense is great. It's one or the other. Which way is it?
No, all kidding aside, though, the injuries. Everybody's talking about the injuries to the receivers, but we had guys playing out of position on that offensive line, and I think that affected the way they called the game. I think they got a sense of how well
that's a fair statement. That's one of the more valid statements you've made since you've been calling the program. I can buy that. So
yeah, I really think it really affected the way they called, and it just changed everything. As soon as Tate Ratledge went down, I mean, we already had guys out of position, but that really hurt us bad. So
I pulled a new sound clip. I pulled a new sound clip just for you, but go ahead and finish up, and we'll play it before you get out of here.
Go ahead. Yeah, tomorrow we will speak about the old bookcase of accountability. I don't want to.
Yes, for this. We could speak about the bookcase of accountability, and hopefully, Double O doesn't want to fight you again.
Yeah, thanks a lot for setting me up with a murderer. That was real nice.
I didn't know that you were going to piss off somebody that's actually murdered somebody. I didn't know that. You're the one that trolls the shit out of people. You just happen to troll a guy that's actually killed someone and isn't afraid to go back to prison. We have audio proof of that.
And you know what's worse? I think about three-quarters of the comment section is kind of rooting for Double O to pull it off.
That's pretty funny.
Hey, Jackpot, you're getting Doty back and Harris. Is that right?
By the way, quick note on that. Shane Beamer did say that he expects Doty to be 100% this week. I mean, is there a quarterback controversy going on with South Carolina. They're going to go with Team Zeb, or they're going to go with Luke Doty, who's never completed a pass for more than 11 yards. There's a problem. But I mean, Shane Beamer's got to figure that out. So,
yeah, he definitely does. I've already told you. I mean, I just don't think Luke Doty is a very good quarterback. I mean, it's just not. I mean, he looked lost last year. I mean, I don't know how much work they've done with him on the offseason. I got to think that he's been coached up a lot in the last 9 months. But what I saw last year, I mean, that was scary to think that that's what we're going to have to go through the season with. So, you know, yeesh.
By the way, Alan Online says, let's go 00. These savages want you fighting with that convict.
Yeah. I haven't seen dumbass sports media in the comment section. I guess he's off brushing his tooth, maybe.
No, he last night he was telling us that that the East is on notice that Kentucky has a quarterback, and I tried to help him, but it just wasn't happening. He was adamant that, you know, okay, Kentucky's got a quarterback. Okay.
They got a big win, and he was high on moonshine and cousin love, I'm sure. So, but Jackpot, from the sample size you've seen, which is a small sample size, would you rather have Doty back there or Mr. Zeb?
Can I plead the fifth and say I'd like to see him rotate?
Well, let me, as for someone that covers the Gamecocks, and it's what I do, and having to see the team with and the film that I've watched on Doty and everything else, in my opinion, Nolan's the better quarterback, and he can't. I mean, well, Doty he's got, you know, like last night, Ukeleke was running around with happy feet. That's Doty, man. He makes that first read, and then he just tries to run. And a lot of times that's just not going to work. I mean, with Nolan, I mean, he's almost got like a calming thing when he gets in that huddle, and those guys listen to him. So, I mean, if I were going to play him, if you told me pick the one that you like to lead, I'd go with Nolan right now. I really would.
Maybe a blessing in disguise. I mean, is there another team out there that's due for some good luck as much as South Carolina?
Their fans have been getting their shit kicked in for a long time. So yeah, they other than Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt's a fucking shithole.
But they've been hit with injuries just like Georgia every year. I mean, South Carolina really has just been on an unbelievable run year after year after year. So I'm kind of pulling for old Jackpot. I mean, I don't want to lose to South Carolina, but I would really like to see them do something this year. And with that stable of backs, they're going to beat someone that they should not beat. I'm telling you right now, somebody's going down. I pray to God it's not us, but
it's going to be Tennessee. They're going to beat Tennessee, and
I don't think that's an upset.
But I think they can beat Kentucky too. I really do.
Florida,
keep the offense in check. Maybe Florida. We'll see.
So here's the question: If they do beat Kentucky, does dumbass sports media have the balls to show up?
No. They didn't show up tonight, and they won. So what does that tell you?
Yeah. Might have broken parole. Who knows?
Might have broken parole. I found a perfect sound clip for you. I can't play it on the radio show, but I can play it here. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
This is my new sound clip for you.
Yes! Fuck you too!
Dr. Vol says, "Shut the fuck up, Rob. Carolina ain't beating Tennessee."
Well,
you gave up 6 points to a team worse than the team that we. You gave up 6 points to a team worse than the team that we shut out last night.
Oh man. Anyway.
Well,
Dr. Vol there with all that. What? Go ahead.
This was just a warm up. Just letting you know. Tomorrow you're going to get abused. So.
I'm awaiting your call. I'm actually the only person working at iHeartRadio in Columbia tomorrow, so not scared in the least. So call away.
All right.
All right, there you go.
So we'll see. All right. See you.
All right, brother. See you later.
Yes!
Tim A says UGA going to skull fuck Mizzou next Saturday night.
Is that one of our games we picked?
Yeah,
Or is that on the schedule?
right
Okay,
now I kind of after watching both games yesterday, I would kind of have to lean with Kentucky right now. Missouri didn't look too swift yesterday.
Tom Bailey with a fire take there. Woof. Vanderbilt will bounce back and win the East. All right, we're going to take calls.
Brandon Kuhn said
10 more minutes and we're done.
Brandon Kuhn said he wants to retract his pick that Vanderbilt would beat Tennessee this year. Not so fast, sir. Not so fast. Remember, in betting and in football, nobody is as bad as they looked last week. Nobody's as bad as they looked last week, and usually nobody's as good as they looked last week. Washington lost to fucking Montana yesterday.
I didn't tell my wife about that. She wants to go to Montana. She wants to live there. Isn't that where you want to go? Is Montana? Montana beat Washington yesterday in football. I didn't think they had enough people in Montana to field a fucking team, but they did beat
13-7.
Washington.
Fuck you, pay me.
Nick M says Carolina beating Vandy this year. Yeah, we are. I mean, the sun also is going to rise tomorrow morning.
Nick says Emily Jones is trash. Gators weren't that impressive. Holy shit. I don't know, everybody was talking about South Carolina fans were going over the top. I mean, hell, they won that game. Calm down. Jesus. Dr. Voss says, seriously going to bring up level of competition when y'all played Eastern Illinois. Sir, your quarterback who was supposed to be
Bowling Green.
Hold on. I was told in this very chat room here that Milton was the answer at quarterback, and he was responsible for 187 yards against Bowling Green. Really? No, I'm serious. 187 yards, jackpot, against Bowling fucking Green.
That is impressive.
I mean, you know what? I'm absolutely shaking in my shoes if I'm thinking I've got to play against Joe Milton the third. What a shithole. Someone on Twitter yesterday said, since he's the third version, maybe his daddy was better. Can we have Joe Milton Jr.? Oh, goodness. Izzo says Tennessee may be the new cesspool of the South. Well, sir, if you've been listening to this program, we've been saying that forever. Jesus. Tennessee is they're just not with it. We got backups if Milton doesn't pan out. You're talking about Hayden.
Obviously, he beat them out, so he sucked. They suck worse than him.
Okay,
right?
So under that logic, what you're saying is that Josh Heupel is going. If they have to put somebody else in there, then maybe Josh Heupel can't evaluate quarterbacks. Maybe that's what it is. What a shit show, Tennessee.
How can a quarterback not evaluate quarterbacks?
That's jackpot. You're speaking in sentences that are hard for me to understand. How can quarterbacks not evaluate?
Joe Milton is not impressive, but our running backs can beat South Carolina. What?
My asshole wants to suck cock.
The ones that transferred to Oklahoma or the one that transferred to North Carolina?
I'm sorry. 803-470-2905. If you're a Tennessee fan and want to talk up your big win, please enlighten us. Scott says Florida will lose 3 SEC games this year. Well, Florida has to play LSU and Alabama. I would venture to say they dropped those games, even though LSU was a shit show. And then they've got to play Georgia too. So that's not really that far-fetched. Anyway, Izzo says, got to take off these orange shades as an SC alum. I knew we couldn't beat anyone, but somehow Auburn left the door open. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
JCP says don't sleep on East Carolina. Not going to sleep on. We're not sleeping on them. They're taking them serious. I'm telling you, Gamecocks are going to go up there and take their soul.
You're going to be at that game, right?
Yeah, we don't lose to East Carolina. Sorry.
Wait a minute. You've lost to East Carolina before.
Yeah, it's been 25 years ago. Gas used to be 50 cents a gallon, too.
So looking ahead to that matchup, we'll pick our games on Wednesday. I know we have 10 games on the schedule, but do we have to pick Clemson and South Carolina State? I hate those fucking games.
We don't have to because, line. With that being said, SC State might be better than Eastern Illinois. Why don't we take it out and replace it with Texas and
Ethan, I think the 2017 Rose Bowl, you were favored in that game, sir. So that was you won as an underdog. That doesn't happen very often. Lisa says, go East Carolina, then we get to watch Kale have a meltdown. No, you won't, because Kale's going to be up there with his son. He's having a little father-son action, I'm sorry. Up there. I fixed it. Calm down. Little father-son action up there in what is it, Greenville?
Green Vegas, yeah.
Green Vegas. Ugh. So, y'all better win up there, Jackpot. Damn, you're going up to a shithole. Jackpot's a huge fan if he's going to Greenville, North Carolina. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. It would be, bearable, I guess, if we were actually going to a nice place. Like if we went to Virginia Tech, okay, and lost, okay, then that would be okay. If we went to, if I went to Athens, Georgia, and lost, that would be okay. But going to the middle of the fucking swamp where you've got mosquitoes as big as horses, and we lose too, no, thank you.
Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
Hey, how's it going? This is Dr.
What's going
Vol.
on? Dr. Vol, how are you, sir? Welcome to the program.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good to see you. Rob, you went hiding last night.
No, sir. I had
show there towards the end
actually
of the game,
no.
I ain't heard from you all day long.
Everybody's looking for you.
I'm gonna put fucking wanted posters out because your pussy ass team got their fucking doo doo pushed in, and you need to worry more about your ukulele more than about our quarterback situation and fat ass fucking Carolina Jackpot. We beat you last 2 years, son. What the fuck do you think?
Did you just call me fat?
Deb Nolan. If they don't do Nolan, they're going to do it, motherfucker. You're going to beat the shit out of the Gamecock. Okay? That's just true. That's just the way it is. That's just owns you.
Why do you have to yell?
We got 850 fucking wins in our program. We're a top 10 fucking program.
So, is that helping you right now? Why do you have to yell to get your point across?
Listen, you're all bent out of shape, sir. Why are you so
now? Yeah, that's
okay. Hold on. Are you actually gonna slow down, sir? Are you actually gonna have a conversation, or are you just gonna yell? Because Jackpot and I can sit here and wait for you to have a fucking stroke. If that's what you want to do, or do you want to have a conversation?
I'm sick and tired. I ain't gonna hear a bunch of damn bullshit from a fucking. I'll hear it.
Well, here's a thought. Here's a thought, sir.
Sir, I ain't gonna hear it from a fucking South Carolina Gamecock.
Here's a thought, sir. Wait a minute.
Well, you're the fucking pot calling the kettle black, ain't you? You're the pot calling the kettle black, saying that weird shit.
Did your team just go 0-8 in the conference?
Yeah, you went 0-8 in the conference like 2 seasons ago.
We won 3 fucking games last year. You won fucking 2. So we had a better fucking year than you did last year.
Hold on now. 3 seasons ago, man. 3 seasons ago. Look.
3 seasons ago.
Let me ask.
Hey, hold on. 3 seasons ago. Butch last year. No, fuck that. We're not talking about that bullshit.
Sir,
let's talk about the last 2 years. What happened last 2 years?
Okay, all right. Well, okay, fine. The last 2 years. Last year, you had to send your coach out because he decided, hey, we're going to fill fucking McDonald's bags with monies for recruits. How does it feel to know that your coach was the goddamn Hamburglar, sir?
Playing players,
but we have proof from you, sir. You put money in. You put money in McDonald's bag. You put money in McDonald's bags.
Pays players. Y'all just love to fucking hate Tennessee. We're always on y'all's fucking minds.
Then why doesn't everybody else get out?
It is what it is.
The last time my team played Tennessee, they beat the shit out of them. But go ahead, sir. Continue. Go ahead. Oh, that sucks too, doesn't it? I tell you what.
To Jack, he needs to shut his fat fucking dick sucker. He needs to quit running his goddamn dick sucker about Tennessee till they can beat us. You ain't beat us, motherfucker, in 2 years. And you got a joke of a coach who's never even been a fucking head coach up there putting in a goddamn grad assistant as a fucking quarterback.
You have a coach who took an elite program and turned it into a 6-game winner.
Out there on the field, baby. We still do.
Your coach took a team that was undefeated in
Jalen Hyatt, 4-star. Yep, still got him.
They upgraded when they.
We got Tyon Evans. He's a 4-star. We got a great backfield too. So I mean, hey, bullshit.
Dr. Vol, you're welcome to call the show whenever you want, man. I don't even know how to.
I don't know.
I just let him go, Jackpot. I figured he was one of your buddies, and he was just calling to kick you in the face. Next time we'll cut him off. But
I'm apparently
I don't let people go.
Idiot.
Well, he'll go ghost when South Carolina wins that game.
And when South Carolina goes up there and kicks his team's dick off, you will never hear from him again.
He'll never leave. He'll never leave. He'll never call back. Let's see here. Let's go back out to the phones. 803-470-2905. Welcome to the show. Good evening. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Are you going to call and yell at Jackpot too?
No, I was just calling to say, do you really think that it was a bigger win versus Clemson or in the regular season, or do you think the bowl win in 2017 was bigger?
I think that this win was bigger because Georgia was favored in the bowl game. And I don't think Oklahoma was that good. It was a bigger stage in that bowl game, but I think this was a bigger win.
Yeah, I was just thinking that was a bigger win because, it was in a bigger
look,
stage.
man, and it's a matter of opinion. I'm not always right on everything. I'm wrong about all kind of shit.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you can call that a bigger win. That's fine. It's just my opinion. That's all.
If we'd have lost that game, it would have been a lot worse than losing the Clemson game.
Yeah, well, because you were favored in that game and you had a much better team than Oklahoma had.
Right. I mean, Oklahoma had no defense.
Well, that's the whole point. I mean, you were a much better team than Oklahoma was. You should have won that game.
Right.
So,
but
all right.
It felt a lot better winning that game than the Clemson game.
Okay. Well, and it's a matter of opinion, sir. I'm not saying I'm right on everything. I'm wrong all the time. All right. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling the show, though, buddy. Thank you very much. All right, there we go. Yep. Thanks, man.
Vol State says Dr. Vol is totally right. You can't even understand half of what that inbred said. You got marbles in his mouth.
Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
Got a dip in his mouth.
Hello. Hey, what you got for the show?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, hey, my name is Moonshine Jones. I've got a patriotic sports show down in the Tennessee Valley.
Sure.
And as far as the Tennessee fan, that dude does not speak for us. I can tell you that much right now.
But sorry, his name is Dr. Vol. For all we know, he's a doctor that's a Vol fan.
He has a PhD in something, right?
He did not get his, what am I looking for? He did not get his MBA, whatever you want to call his doctorate at the University of Tennessee. I mean, most of us didn't go to Tennessee, so it is what it is. But hey, I've always enjoyed the show. I like Carolina Jackpot. I like the Carolina fan base, and like I said, I've got a patriotic sports show. I'm a veteran that covers high school football in the Tennessee Valley, and then also college football. And just love enjoying having football back, and enjoy getting away, getting our minds onto something else other than what's going on with this pandemic. So.
Well, we appreciate you listening to the show, man, and good luck with your program down there in Tennessee.
Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, I got to ask, so what do y'all think about you get your grad assistant to come in? I also covered the Chattanooga Mocs down here in Chattanooga for a little affiliate. But what do you guys think about your quarterback, this grad assistant? How did he look yesterday against Eastern Illinois?
What do you think, Jackpot?
I mean, he looked poised. I mean, he made some nice throws into some tight windows. With that being said, I mean, it wasn't, it was a pretty weak secondary he was facing. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was about what I expected. He didn't make any. He didn't do anything super spectacular, but then again, he wasn't ever put to the test. I want to see how he performs under pressure in a pass rush. I don't know if he's going to get that on Saturday or not. South Carolina's offensive line is pretty good. I think that's while they're taking it into account and putting East Carolina as a favorite, I think it's absolutely ridiculous because this guy's going to have all day to sit back there and pick up receivers because he's not going to get pressure from them. He will get pressure in week 3 if he's even still starting by then. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I came down there in 2017, and that was the game that we blew the SEC East, and everybody thought we were going to come in there and walk all over him, and Butch does what Butch does. But
that was 2016, wasn't it? I was at that game.
Underrated atmospheres. Yeah, that was. And then our kicker tries to kick a doggone 50-something yard field goal.
Yeah, they set him out to try a 58-yard field goal at the end when his previous long was 48.
Yeah. Well, he was the same kicker too, though, that barely missed. I mean, the Florida-Tennessee rivalry is.
Was his name Medley or something?
Yeah, Medley from Giles County, Tennessee, down just south of Nashville. But I mean, hey, I'll give it to y'all. And I told people, I was like, let me tell you something. That I don't know why South Carolina doesn't get more appreciation for an atmosphere, because you get that. And I'm from East Tennessee. I know what a cock sounds like, and I never want to hear another Gamecock as long as I live. Because that was, and we're going through just a heck of a time there. I mean, we had everything riding on that game. We just completely dropped an egg. But anyway, hey guys, I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not big into the media like I need to be, but I enjoy. I'm from the 1900s. I enjoy what you guys are doing, and good luck to South Carolina this year. And before I go, I will say that I cover the Chattanooga Mocs. It's been a while since they played. I think they played South Carolina maybe years ago. But I am a big Tennessee fan, obviously, and I think that's going to be. I think it could be a really good game. I mean, we have a running game. We had 2 running backs that went over 100 yards. We got a quarterback that has all the tools in the world. He's just got to let the game slow down, and then. But I think the Pitt-Tennessee game. The only thing is, being in the South, we want that heat, and kickoff is going to be about 80 degrees, about 49% humidity before kickoff. So I hate that. I would like to see a nice Knoxville afternoon at about 90 degrees, 100% humidity, but that'll kind of work for Pitt. But we'll see.
All right, man. Thanks for calling the show, buddy. We appreciate it. You have a great night.
Thank you.
There you go. Jackpot, you want to answer this super chat?
Jackpot's opinion, is Georgia's defense that good, or is Clemson's offense that terrible? I think Georgia's defense is very good, but I still think the Ukelele played like shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Jordan Henson says, Carolina Jackpot, do you think this feels different with Beamer? Because I do. Oh, without question. Without question, it does.
All right. Well, we've had a great show this evening, Jackpot. Now we got another call. We're not going to hang up on somebody here. We'll take one more call here, Jackpot. And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening. Hello.
So give me more reasons why Kirby's not top 25 head coach.
It's my opinion, sir. I don't like him as a coach. I don't understand why people don't understand that. I just don't like him as a coach. I don't like the way he handles the media. I don't like the way he ran off quarterbacks. I don't like the way he hasn't redone the Georgia offense where it can actually get to a point where it's actually where the offenses are now in college football. I just don't like him.
You don't like the way he destroyed Clemson?
They didn't destroy Clemson, sir. Their offense didn't do shit. So stop with the nonsense. You won the game. Hey, that's right. And you know what? That's the biggest win on your schedule. And congratulations, the biggest win of his era. So you take that and you go home and you tell your kids about that because it's the biggest win in the Kirby Smart era. Find me another one. All right. Playoff wins. You were favored to beat the damn Oklahoma team. Oklahoma doesn't play any defense. You were favored. You were an underdog to Clemson and you won. Congratulations, sir. Biggest win of his era.
Coming in for a bad season.
Clemson may have a bad season. They may miss the playoffs. You're absolutely right. Anything else? Anything else?
Does that mean Dabo's head coach if he can't win his division? You never know.
Dabo Sweeney will win his division, sir. He's not Kirby Smart. Anything else?
Because he's not in the SEC East.
The SEC East is a shithole. No. Don't talk to me about the SEC East. It's the SEC easy. When you have fucking the teams that are in that Eastern Division, the only team that's worth a shit is Georgia. The rest of them are stupid awful. Stop telling me, oh, we're in the SEC. That's ignorant. That's ignorant.
Hey, there's a couple undefeated teams over there right now.
Clemson second in the East then.
Clemson theoretically would finish second in the East, but the last 5 years they would win the East. Last year, they would have beat Georgia by a ton. So don't even start that. They would have won the East last year. Easily. 2017, they would have won the East. 2016, they would have won the East. 2018, they would have won the East. You're not, it's not like you're this world-changing program. You got a monumental win, man. Congratulations. I know it's big for you guys. You don't win very much out there. You don't win very much.
Clemson in that
year. Goodness. Sure they would have.
They would.
Sure.
Kelly
Anything
Bryant,
else?
remember that.
Anything else, sir?
Anything else?
You have anything else you'd like to say?
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Boom.
Dummies. All right, Jackpot. We've had a great show, man. We'll be back at it on Wednesday night. Picks will be up, by the way, at robandkaleshow.com by tomorrow. So people that are in the contest, make sure you go there, Jackpot. It'll be just like last week. It'll be easy to go and knock that out. You want to take one more call, Jackpot?
One more call there.
One more call. Welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. Good evening.
I wasn't even finished.
Why did you hang up? I didn't hang up on him.
What was that? I got
don't
a
know.
tickle here. Somebody back in the chat section. It's been way back, so I don't even remember who it was. It said that Kirby looks like Donnie Baker. You know who that is? It's a comedian.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the super chats this evening.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you guys for watching the show. We'll be back at it on Wednesday. Make sure you get your picks in this week. We'll have them up for you on the Rob and Kale Show website. Jackpot, we'll talk to you later on.
Appreciate it.